Now, as you know that Norway is one of the destinations outside of China where Nio will be selling their EV models. This brings a greater joy to investors knowing that China is not the only destination where Nio will be selling their cars. I mean, so many of the new investors are patiently waiting for the 23rd of this month when Nio will be opening the Nio house in Norway, or in Oslo at Norway, which is something that is truly amazing because that is the first destination, or it is the first destination outside of China where we'll see Nio selling their ES8 model. So yes, we all know by now that Nio will be selling, or the first model that Nio plans to sell in Norway is the ES8 model. But the second model, which Nio will be selling in Norway or in Oslo, is the upcoming ET7 model. Now, we all know that Nio has already indicated that this model will also be sold in Norway beginning of 2022, which is something that is truly amazing and encourages the new investors, like I said, to say that not only is Nio selling their EV model or their EV cars in China, but they're also selling their EV cars in Europe. Now, the good thing, or one of the good news that so many of the new investors were excited when they hear those news, was the fact that Nio will be selling also their cars in Germany. Now, Germany, you will know that, is the second destination where Nio is planning to start to sell their EV cars, which is something that is truly amazing and ought to motivate you also to stay long into this Nio stock. And you'll remember that one of the Mazua analysts has already predicted, or they anticipate, that 30% of Nio's total revenue will come outside of China, which is something that is truly amazing and shows you the kind of demand that we might see Nio producing outside of China. So whilst we talk of Germany, guys, today guys, we just read of some of the latest developments regarding Nio and Germany, which I believe you will definitely like, and it will motivate you to continue investing into this Nio stock. But before we go any further, please know that I'm not a professional financial advisor. All that I'll be sharing here are just my opinions, and if you seek professional financial advice, you already know what to do by now, and that is you need to go and consult the professionals. Otherwise, if you like the content that I'll be sharing with you today's video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and that's if of course you've not subscribed to the channel already, so that you don't miss the good content and the latest developments regarding the stocks that we follow on this channel. So please do watch this video until the end, because like I said, the content that I have about Germany and Nio, specifically looking at the ET7, will make you to probably load more into this Nio stock, because I can tell you that it looks like Europe will generate some good revenue for this Nio stock. So as this is something that is truly amazing, and I believe it ought to motivate you to probably want to add into this Nio stock. Now, without a waste of time, today guys, we just read that the ET7 model is the first model of Nio which will be sold in Germany. Now, this is such a good news, because unlike Norway, you remember that the first model that is being sold in Norway is the ES8, then the ET7 beginning of 2022. But as of Germany, or from Germany, we can expect Nio to start selling, or it will be starting to sell their ET7 model. That will be the first model that Nio will be selling in Germany. And one of the good things, or something that really brought a lot of excitement when I read this article, was the fact that Nio indicated that they have been seeing some great interest from potential customers liking these Nio vehicles, which is why we're probably seeing them making sure that the first model to be sold in Germany is the ET7. Now, this brings greater joy, because the ET7, you'll remember that it's one of those vehicles in Nio that it's not only liked in China, but almost the entire world. When people talk of this Nio stock, they talk, or chances are very high that you'll hear them talk about this ET7, which is something that shows you the kind of demand, or the kind of great news, or the kind of big expectations that people expect from this ET7. And you'll remember that even in China, Nio has already indicated that the pre-orders or the pre-sales of these ET7 models has surpassed all their previous models, which just has to show you the kind of demand that we might see on this upcoming ET7 model. Now, the good thing about Germany, now back into Germany, Nio indicated that they will be starting to sell this ET7 model in Germany in the Q4 of 2022. Now, just yesterday I was telling you so many of the good things that we can expect Nio, or that we'll be seeing Nio do in 2022, which is what ought to motivate you to stay long into this Nio stock. But today, yet again in 2022, Nio just announced that they will be selling this ET7 model in the Q4 of 2022, which is something that is truly amazing and has to show you or motivate you to probably hold this stock, or probably be adding this stock to your portfolio, or add those holdings, add more holdings into this stock, because it is just said to do very well in 2022. Now, it means that after this model, or after they start to sell this ET7 model in Germany, it means that there will already be two destinations that the ET7, or that the Europe residents can buy the ET7 models, and that is in Norway and in Germany, which is something that is incredible and has to motivate you to probably want to add more holdings into these Nio stocks. Now, I won't go through all those other latest developments that are happening in 2022, which ought to motivate you to stay long into the Nio stock, but I would rather just direct you or refer you to the video I released yesterday, where I was telling you the big major news that will bring a total shift onto this Nio stock. So please go watch this video here that I released yesterday, and check the other latest big developments that will be happening around the Nio stock in 2022, which I believe ought to motivate you to stay long into this Nio stock. So the CEO of Nio indicated that entering Germany, it's their priority right now, because they are seeing so many potential users, or they are seeing the kind of a big demand in terms of the potential users there, which is why they want to prioritize this Germany penetration, which is something that is truly amazing and ought to motivate you to stay long into this Nio stock, because it means that we might see Nio doing so great in Germany, which is why the CEO is indicating the kind of demand they are seeing from the potential users, which is something that has to motivate you and shows you that it's not only China where we will see, or where we might see Nio doing good, which is why I would like to believe and also agree with the Mazur analyst who said that 30% of Nio's total revenue will come outside of China. By the way things are looking, by the demand that we are seeing from Europe as well, in terms of, or as per the statement which was uttered by the CEO of Nio, we can agree that Nio will also do well outside of China. Otherwise, the CEO of Nio has indicated that they have also appointed the CEO of Europe, who has worked in companies like eBay, PayPal, and Airbnb. And this CEO has got a vast experience when it comes to the digital world, which is something that is truly amazing and ought to motivate you to probably want to think twice about selling, or before you sell this Nio stock, because like I said, they are hiring good people with good talents and skills, which means that even on the marketing side, we might see some good results coming out of this CEO of Europe. So this ought to be also a good motivation for you to stay long into this Nio stock. Otherwise, the last good thing that the CEO of Nio indicated was that should there be some big demand in Europe, they will not hesitate to locally produce the ET7 model there if they see the demand in that model in Europe, meaning that they are also considering not to rule out production with other local companies in Europe. As for these ET7 models, they indicated, or he indicated, that should they see some big demand, they are not going to hesitate to partner with some of the companies in Europe so that they can produce their ET7 model locally, which is something that is truly amazing and has to show you that if the demand of this model it becomes so high, then we are going to see it being produced in Europe, which is something that is truly amazing and ought to motivate you to stay long into this Nio stock, because if the ET7 gets to a point where it's being produced locally in Europe, then this just has to tell you that there will be more deliveries, or we will see more deliveries of this model being delivered in Europe, which will result in more revenue, which ought to motivate you to stay long into this Nio stock. Now, like I said, these are not the only big news that are happening in 2022 around the Nio stock. And if you want to know the other big latest developments that ought to motivate you, that ought to make you stay long into this Nio stock, please do watch the video that I released yesterday where I was discussing the other big developments that will that has to motivate you to stay long into this Nio stock. Otherwise, at the market share offering must not discourage you to go and sell this Nio stock, as it is set to do very well. I mean, that 3% share dilution, as my yesterday's video, it's not a bad thing looking at where this Nio stock could be in the years to come. So take this low trading price that Nio is currently trading at as good opportunities for you to probably go in and see if you could add more holdings into the Nio stock. I mean, me personally, I'm also looking at adding more holdings into this Nio stock, as you would know by now that this is the stock that is seriously dominating my stock market portfolio, because I just believe on where it's going. Otherwise, with all that, guys, like I said, I believe that Nio, it is going to reward those that persevere to the end. Nio is going to give the good returns to those that are adding or that are taking this opportunity or this time or this trading share price that Nio is currently trading at to buy more holdings, as it is set to do very well in the future. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, guys, please go out there and also do your own due diligence onto this stock before you could add more holdings or before you could buy this stock for the very first time. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.